twisted. We don't feel what the other person feels, but we can empathize. My dad has transitioned from life temporal to life everlasting. My mom has transitioned from life temporal to life everlasting. My oldest son has transitioned from life temporal to life everlasting. My first wife has transitioned from life temporal to life everlasting, but I don't get it twisted. I don't know how any of you feel, but I can empathize with you. And what I can tell you is that as I have learned to embrace gratitude in my grief, I recognize it and I'm able to tell my body, thank you. Thank you for letting me know that I feel. Thank you for letting me know that I'm human. And thank you for letting me know that you're not in charge and you won't control me. I will control myself. Ben Yahweh Yeshua, Jesus of Christ, the shortest passage in the number one selling book of all times, he cried, knowing that within minutes he would raise his friend from the dead to show us all that we need to name that grief. Open your mics and say it with me. Open your mics and say it with me. Grief isolates us.
Grief isolates us.
Gratitude.
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 This has been another episode of Be Your Best with Pastor Jeff. Come back next week where we'll continue this conversation on naming and grief. With that, I think we are Health Wells. I need to introduction, but I'm going to introduce to you my friend, my sister by a different mister. She goes by Shawnte Health Wells. Some of you know her as the Books in the Hood lady. Some of you know her from Ruckin' and Buckin' as she puts the R in the ruck. She is the dynamite side of that team of and finances. She's my friend this morning. She's going to bring it to you and talk about metabolism. And without further ado, I turn the virtual mic over to Shawnte Health Wells.
Woo! Listen. Woo! You see, I was off cue. I was trying to move too fast. Thank you so much, my brother. I wish that we would all, as many of you who can, don't blame me for no accidents. If you can unmic, and we're going to give, you know what I'm going to ask you to do. Listen, and I said finna. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Uh-huh. On three, we finna give Pastor Jeff a big old Ric Flair. Are y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo! Absolutely love it here. I'm Shawnte Health Wells. I'm Maybell's granddaughter. And here's the thing. You may think that those flares mean nothing, but there's a chemical response. And so today, the body system that I'm going to talk to you about is so much bigger. It's been hijacked. The conversation has been hijacked. Why? Because these folks trying to sell you something. So I need you to understand endorphins are great. They are great when we talk about our energy, y'all. I need you to understand this. Listen, endorphins are so, so great. And here's the thing, when you make sounds like a woo, and you think about things that I don't know if you guys have ever seen, like the wrestling and that kind of thing, Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes or whatever, The Rock, and all of these things, Stone Cold Steve Austin. There's a reason why there's a call and response. And there's a reason why you notice, like when you at some people at church, I ain't gonna say you, I ain't gonna say me. You know how sometimes after an hour, you can get a little sleepy. But do you see folks getting sleepy at a wrestling match, y'all? Do you want to know why? Anybody want to know why? Somebody say why. Be nosy. I'm glad that you asked. Listen, it is that spike. It is tied into your metabolism, your body's processes for you to be able to have chemical reactions. It's the endorphins that you get from making just those simple sounds. So, see, I just did something for your health just like that while we also celebrated my brother as he passed me this baton, or as I like to say, he tagged me in. Listen, welcome to the 100 Health Show. Listen, Wednesdays. Hey, I'm coming to you live from the 305. Listen, which means Miami, y'all. That means Miami. So I need you to understand this. I need you to understand this. This is real important, and I need you to pull up really, really closely. And I'm gonna say something, and I really don't care if you get offended. I'm gonna say something, and I really don't care if you unfriend me. I'm gonna say something, and I don't care for those of you who are joining us on YouTube right now if you unsubscribe, because I got this from on high. I need you to mind your metaba business. Woo! Yeah, I said it. I made up a word like my brother GA. Listen, I need you to mind your metaba business. That's what the 100 Health Show is about today. See, I need you to understand. You missing that. You see that song I asked Pastor Jeff if he could play for me? That burn, baby, burn. There's some free burns. You know how our brother GA likes to tell us about, free opportunities and money opportunities that we're missing. You're missing this free burn opportunity. You are missing this free burn opportunity. So I need to make sure that I pass by just for a little while, because y'all know I got a patient real, real soon that I got to get up out of here for. I need you to understand this. I cannot be worried about Bella metabolism, Maria metabolism, Ramon's metabolism, Pastor Jeff metabolism, Tanya's metabolism, Terry's metabolism, Malika's metabolism. I can't be worried about them and fix my own problem. And I know somebody in the back of your head, you ain't gonna say it, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it for you. You ever been to the nail salon and you see something that I noticed? The ones like them real good practitioners, you notice how jacked up they nails be? They nails be jacked up, toe up from the flow up. The best hairdressers that I haven't seen down here in South Florida, listen, they hair don't be laid. Their hair don't be all that. But guess what? When I tell you them skills that they got, y'all know what I'm talking about. You done been to the nail shop. You done seen them people with them nubs, the men and the women. They got them nubs. But listen, when I tell you they can lay down on them nails, they get you right. Listen, I had a girl, Jade, best one in the shop. Jade ain't have nothing but nubs. So look at me like that nub. Because some of y'all don't see me in person, but here's the thing that I need you to understand. Where my motivation was different when I had to learn this as a part of my program is because my mentor had came to me, and I was really on the threshold of dropping out. Because here's what was going on. I had 3 pair of underwear, y'all. I was having to wash them by hand. I was at the point where I couldn't feed my child. I couldn't. I was at the point to where I was like, I don't know how to make this thing. I don't know how to not drop out of school. Me and my friends are taking turns. I'm having to pull her out of daycare because I can't afford it that week. And we literally doing like a hot potato with my daughter. And my mentor said something, and we're getting to the point where we're learning about Mifflin St. George. For those of you who are wondering what calculation, you may want to use, you go online, go have some fun with it. Mifflin St. George is those of us who got some sense and who are proficient in this area that I am approaching right now. I knew it was important, but my mentor said this: if you are really, really really that adamant and you really want out of the hood, you really want out of your neighborhood, then I need you to master this. You're right here in Miami. There's so many people that come here. They're celebrities. You ain't even got to wait till you graduate. You could start doing weight prescriptions right now. Them weight prescriptions can put food on the table. Do you know how many women that are in Aventura Mall that have money? They're wearing $600 dreams and they will pay you $1,000 easily for the content that you got. And all you got to do is make that splash for them in the very beginning. Forget all of the foolishness that may be out, the narratives out there. You know what we can do in this industry because we understand that we have to make our guys make weight. You ain't even got to give them as intensive a program, but you can give them a lot of what we do. and you could put food on the table. You can get your personal grooming products. That was my motivation. So I need you to understand this. When I tell you this is something I know, you think that drill them down was something. No, no, what I got for you today, I came to burn, baby, burn. I came to make sure that I help you do just like, listen, Crispus Attucks, he kicked off that revolution. Listen, I'm coming to kick off that revolution so that you could declare your independence when it comes down to your metabolism. But first, it starts with your language. But first, it starts with you to stop talking noise about your metabolism and complaining, saying, well, Patty got a better metabolism than me. Ramon got a better metabolism than me. Hush. You don't even understand the fullness of metabolism. And here's another thing. I need you to stop judging yourself for where you at. See, I know what it is that what my issue is because see, there's four major factors that people don't realize that help modulate and actually impede and impact your metabolic rate. Because your metabolism is really about your energy. It's really about your body's ability to provide that energy for you to go and brush your teeth and do simple things. We can manipulate what your body burns while you're sleeping, what your body does while you're just simply at rest. We can manipulate your BMI to a certain degree. We can also do things like help you lose over a pound in a day. It's not impossible. We can help you figure out what is the right cocktail for your metabolism to light up and do what it was designed to do. So stop saying somebody else's metabolism, oh, it is different than yours. No, there's different factors that may be impacting it. But when you got here at this earth, guess what? Ramon got the same metabolism capacity that Patty got. I said it. Ooh, somebody mad. But I'm setting this metabolism bonfire today, baby. I need you to understand this. From 0 to 1, that's one phase of metabolism. So we minding our metabolism because we finna go ahead and make this thing burn. Listen, that's one phase. A baby's body is coursing with brown fat. What is brown fat? It's mitochondrial rich fat. Mitochondria. You ever heard that term when you was in school talking about, oh, the powerhouse of the cell? You got that right. You got that right. Fat is your friend. Fat is your friend. There's communities of fat. Before you ever had a leg, before your reproductive organs formed, you know what your body built? When you was in your mama womb, it started building fat. It got vessels, nerves, and fat in that order. I need you to understand this. So fat is important. Don't sit up here and have one of these chase fool's goal and around here end up with a heart attack. Don't end up with a heart attack. Because if your goal is 0% fat, you're gonna die. No fat means death. Death literally by your own will. So I need to get into this today, y'all. I need to get into this. I need you to understand this. I need you to hush up with the noise that you've been talking. Hush with the lies that you've been talking. Hush with round here feeding yourself the poison that they want you to feel. Everybody has hijacked the conversation about metabolism into just metabolic rate and making you think that it's about just your body's ability to burn calories and gain weight and lose weight. No, fat is your friend. It's time for you to mind your metabolic business. There are four things, and I want somebody to drop these in the chat that is going to impact depending on the phase that you're in. Number one, water. I know somebody just rolled their eyes. Keep on rolling them. Keep on rolling them. One of them gonna get stuck. You keep playing with God. All right, water, and I'm gonna come back to this. Number two, sleep. Sleep. Yeah, I said it. SLEEP. Some of y'all been paying attention and getting them lies. Sleep is for suckers. No, it ain't. Stress. STRESS. And I'm gonna break that down today. And then fourth, not least, movement. Movement. I'm gonna run that one more again. Water, sleep, stress, movement. So I need you to come. I need you to pull up for a minute. Somebody right now may be asking, well, what's a basic formula that I can go ahead and find out? Listen, take that complimentary, consult. I'm going to start a 5-week program, a 5-week complimentary program. I'm gonna give you a half hour. You bring your results. I will help you right there in real time troubleshoot what that thing is that's impacting your metabolism. Listen, there's a scale. It's called Fit Index. It's so affordable. I really love Amazon for this reason. Get you a Fit Index. If you've never had a DEXA scan, if you've never had, a body scan, that's a great starting point. Listen, and you can find one. They might have gone back up. They were on sale last week. But you should be able to get one for somewhere around that 20 something and up, 29, maybe 30 something dollars and up. But here's the thing. More important than that number that you're worried about on the scale. See, in the training room, I'm in the sports medicine industry for those of you who may not be familiar with me. We get all of this data. I'm not as worried about that number per se. I'm worried about all the other, listen, biological and chemical numbers that I'm going to get. For instance, listen, the water number, the protein number, listen, their muscle mass. You can get all of this on that Fit Index. You can get all of this on that Fit Index. Here's the thing. If I don't know what's impacting you, which one of these four that is impacting your metabolism in that moment that's preventing you from, making weight, or that may be causing you about to have a fine, a $50,000 fine or a $25,000 fine, depending on what your actual contract says. And think about the irony of this. I am someone myself, I am metabolically healthy obese. I'm an obese person. Most of the other people who've been in the training room they were not. And who do you think they was coming to? The person with the jacked up nails. Why? Because I know that I know that I know. And I understand if I can raise your basal metabolic rate, that's you just sitting there breathing. Here's the thing. If I also understand this, the thing that may be impacting you is stress, and not in the way that you perceive stress. There are chemical stressors, you guys. Do you realize we have things called endocrine disruptors? Do you realize even simply touching receipts? Do you realize things that may be in your toothpaste, things that are in your lotions, your shampoos, things that you're putting on your body daily? And you sitting here talking about something, oh, I ain't stressed out. You may not be aware of it, but the numbers gonna tell me if you are. See, because here's what I do understand. Because if I've thrown everything at your metabolism but the kitchen sink, and I'm not getting your visceral fat number, and this is where y'all skinny fat people come in at, listen, I understand that more than likely you're chemically stressed out and you're not even aware, or more than likely you're not consuming enough water. See, because here's the thing. You hear how the saying, like, a bigger person tends to float on top of water. See, that buoyancy rate of fat. See, it pushes water out and away. So that means your water number is going to be lower the bigger the fat number, unless somebody is, engineered you to be like most of the guys on the football field, like linebackers and linemen. We engineer things for them, or like a javelin thrower or a shot put, athlete or a sumo wrestler. They're engineered. They're engineered. So unless you know what you're doing, listen, you got to fix this water percentage. Here's what I'm going to give you: a simple number that you need to understand. You want your visceral fat to be 12 or below. Get there to be 12 or below. Get the scan done. So if the scale is moving and all these other things is moving and the visceral fat is not moving, then I know that your chemical stress is far too high. If I'm looking at your basal metabolic rate and that number is not changing, and this is why weigh-ins, at least for us, is so important. We do it on a daily basis for the guys, apart from just the money that they would be charged. But this is giving us the data. This is knowing your numbers. Many of you don't know your metabolism numbers when it comes down to your metabolic rate. And I'm telling you, it's possible for you to know it. Do you realize that even the fact that you fidgeting is a tool. Fidgeting. But I want to tell you about something that you can consume and drink that a lot of people misunderstand. And it's called MCT oil. MCT oil. MCT. You down with MCT? Yeah, you know me. You down with MCT? Yeah, you know me. Listen, MCT oil. Listen, medium chain triglycerides. This is something I'm talking about anywhere from an extra 7 to 8 hours of free calorie burning that you get just from consuming, listen, a simple shot. Now, you don't want to overconsume because guess what? It's going straight to that bathroom. Onnit has the best on the market. On it, like Jeff on it, Jeff on it, on it, Onnit, on it, MCT oil. Here's why. Onnit does not have to go through your digestive system. It comes into your body and goes straight to the liver. Oh, why is that important? You know why? Because there's a lot of things that get lost in translation, but not with that MCT oil. It automatically it goes and it takes your metabolic rate up. Why? Because it goes straight to the liver. And what does your liver do? Oh, listen, money, money. There go Mary Lynn. I knew it. Somebody was gonna know that song. Jam on it, jam on it, jam on it. That's exactly what it does because it produces ketones. Oh, I thought you had to be fasting in order to produce ketones. No, you don't, boo. See, this is why there's a difference from folks who say that they license versus somebody who got a real license versus somebody who's really been trained versus somebody who actually knows what they're doing and do this for real at a high level versus somebody that also did this out of necessity. I ain't start doing this because, oh, it was some benevolent thing. No, y'all, I was hungry. No, y'all, I had a child to feed. No, I was trying to get her and keep her in daycare. No, I wanted out the hood. That's how I went from the hood to the beach. This is how I went from the hood to the beach, doing these prescriptions, helping guys gain weight, helping folks lose weight. That's my Waterloo. I was dirt poor. I was hungry in Miami. You wouldn't know it now looking at me, but I was hungry. I was hungry. Like Les Brown say, you gotta be hungry. Listen, I was hungry. So I threw everything in it that I had to fully understand what this metabolic rate is, what metabolism meant. So, for those of you, if you're a fella out here, if you just want a simple loose formula just to kind of figure out what's your relaxation burn rate. This is very, very loose. If you want to come this Saturday, I got you from 7:30 to 8 a.m. Eastern time. Listen, I will be live with you and I'll give you guys, huh?
So excited about this for an affordable price. Can you do these consultations on the phone if we tell you what the results are telling us?
Absolutely. I actually asked you to send me a screenshot. But better yet, if you guys can get this and meet me on Saturday morning during that half hour, I'll go ahead and I'll break that thing down and work on your numbers. Or you can go ahead and schedule an appointment with me if you get it ahead of time. And so that way we could actually move even further in that meeting at the well. That's what I'm calling, like that woman at the well. Listen, there are some specific things. There's a lot of data that scale will give you. It will help me understand how your muscle mass is responding. And it is possible to increase your muscle mass. It will also give me an idea as far as your bone mass and your skin. There's so many things I can really truly. Everybody's frame is not the difference. It's not the same. So, which means that your metabolism, we all come here with the same metabolism, with the capacity to do the same thing, but it's impacted by different things, biologically speaking. And so some of you have unrealistic thresholds. Some of you have unrealistic thresholds like the BMI. And I'm so grateful they finally have changed it. And now we can look at people's things like their frames. Have you ever seen any of those like Viking looking folks? Do you realize that they're from the traditional European versus them? They're not the same. If you've seen your typical African American, our muscle mass and our body composition is not the same. So put it like this, the majority of the football team, minus the receivers and the safeties and defensive backs, they are all would be classified by the American system that we use. They would all be classified as obese. And we know deep down that that's not true. It's not true. So here's the thing that I understand. Here's the thing that I understand fully, fully about this. They've changed the threshold to actually understand. So it's above 32 for the average African American when it comes down to the BMI. That's why when Glenn brought his numbers to me, I was asking him who told you that this isn't it, because see, most of the guys on the field, they're in that range that he was. Now their composition is slightly different, but they were where he was. So it wasn't that he needed to change his subcutaneous fat. It wasn't that he needed to change when it comes down to that actual scale. Listen, there's other numbers that maybe we needed to adjust for that to be able to happen if that was truly deeply his goal. So I need you to understand this. Do whatever it is that it takes to solve your metabolic business. Be about your business. Uh-huh. I need you to be about your business. See, I ain't worried about people who got 5011 caveats and this, that, and the other. Listen, I don't put out the disclaimers 5011 times. But here's what I do understand about this. When you ate them chicken nuggets, you ain't consult your doctor. When you went and you got that soda, did you call your doctor? Uh-huh. Did you, when you went to try that pizza, did you ask your doctor before you tried it? No, you didn't. So here's what I need you to do. That the foolishness, that devil on your shoulder that's trying to keep your metabolism locked up, tell it to shut up. Shut up or put up. Shut up or put up. What it's putting up is too much visceral fat. That's what I'm saying. We came to burn. Listen, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm fit to be tired. Water. Listen, when the fat ratio, and especially the visceral fat, the most dangerous type, I need you to understand you got to get that number down. I don't care if the scale tells you you are a healthy weight. That does not mean you're a healthy person. Your metabolism is affected by the water you need. You need at least half of your body weight in ounces of water. The water you put in your coffee and your tea, it matters. That counts towards your thing. So let's say, for instance, if you are 150 pounds, that's 75 ounces that you need. If you 200 pounds, that's 100 ounces you need. Just so you know, a gallon is 128 ounces. Everybody don't need a gallon. What you do need to do is fill half of your body with water. Water is the cure. Sometimes that's all you need. Do you realize some of you can actually stimulate your stretch receptors inside of your stomach? You can actually activate GLP-1s, CCK, and PYY, pretty young yang. Listen, peptide, tyrosine, by simply consuming water, 6 to 8 ounces, 30 minutes before you actually eat. Yeah, I'm really like that. I got this. I know how to burn, baby, burn. My record is 6.5 pounds in 23 hours. I have somebody in this room right now that lost over 3 pounds in less than 18 hours. Less than 18 hours. I'm not telling you about some conjecture. I'm not telling you about something that I heard. And you know what? Last week, when I decided, I said, Lord, I'm gonna need you, and I'm gonna go back to AA. Y'all think I've been playing about that donut addiction. Really and truly. I let go them donuts from Thursday. From Thursday, literally to Monday. I dropped 6 pounds just from letting them donuts go. So I'm not telling you about something I heard. The struggle is real. The struggle is real when it came down to them donuts and the Krispy Kreme. And I didn't even go to the grocery store yesterday because I knew I was tempted. I was a little stressed. I had some things going on professionally at work that I needed to deal with. And what was my go-to where my body, go and get you a donut. Go and get you a box. You know you're going to get that box and consume it all and stay right where you at. So whatever that thing is that's impacting you, get yourself a fit index. Get you a scale that can get the real data. Get the real data. I'm telling you, you can win. And there are things that are simple, simple things. Listen, I send your brown fat, which is mitochondrial rich, I send it to go hunt. You got Ghostbusters in your body that you refuse to actually go ahead and let help you. MCT oil can help you. Hydrating within the first waking hour, which is the super hydration period. This will help you. This will take your metabolic rate up. Listen, anywhere from 30 to 50%. All my guys are metabolically healthy. I don't care what the scale says. We have the data. And I'm telling you, you can get healthy metabolism wise right where you at. Burn the myths. Talking about, oh, somebody else won the metabolism lottery and they got a better metabolism. No, they got different things that are not impacting them like you do. But the metabolism is the same. So let's get rid of that myth right there. Oh, because I went through menopause. No. Progesterone and estrogen may not have the same ratio, but there are things that you can really truly do. You know when you really get a dip, scientifically speaking, at 60. From age between 20, 25, give or take when your growth plates close, to 60. We have a set metabolic rate. 60 to 90, you get a dip by 17%. So fix it now. Fix the thing that's impacting it now before your next dip. And guess what? Even if you're over 60, there's still things that you can do to, guess what? Turn that burn, baby burn, back on. I need you to do something for me. I have one thing that I'm asking you to walk away from, and that's American cheese. Walk away from American cheese. What you don't realize, and there's tons of studies, and I love Harvard University, and I love the folks at Johns Hopkins. American cheese, for 24 hours, it got a shelf life of, it's fake. It's fake plastic cheese. It halves your metabolic rate by 50% from the moment you consume it. So I need you to understand that. You want some cheese, get something else. All of this fake bread, get you some sourdough. If you really that committed to bread, do sourdough. Do sourdough. So I just needed to stop by for a minute to tell you we got to get our stress right. We got to actually get our sleep right. We got to get our water right. We got to get our movement right. That's why rucking is so important. And I'm going to continue this conversation when it comes down to rucking and bucking this Monday. You don't want to miss it, but you can heal your metabolism. That's right. Let's burn, baby, burn. Listen, I want to give a boom shakalaka to my girl Trisha. I want to give a boom shakalaka to every nurse. Where's our resident white coat at? Listen, Natasha, I want to give an actual boom shakalaka to those who actually serve in this space. I got space for one question. One question, because I got to get going, y'all.
Question, but I'm just going to say that if you all do not take Shawnte up on her offer, you are missing out.
Woo! Woo! Listen, the clock on the wall says that's all.
Is your friend for me. It's the fat is your friend.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, y'all. Listen, I got time on Monday. You do not want to miss Ruckin' and Buckin'. You do not want to miss Ruckin' and Buckin' because this is going to be a continuation. And next week, our resident white coat will be back and we're going to be taking your metabolism questions and maybe there are exams or things, levels that you want to get checked beyond the DEXA scan or beyond the Fit Index scan. Listen, I love you and I truly want to see you win. I want y'all to all on mic with me and I want you to give yourself 2 claps and a Ric Flair. Y'all ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Let's go, baby. You got this. Yield the healed. Flare out. Woo!
BWC Daily, where we can get that item.
Absolutely. I'm glad you said that. You know what? Hopefully, my first patient will be taking a siesta when I get there. And that way I'll have time to drop that on in there. Thank you, guys. I love you. Pastor Jeff, passing it back to you, RMC. Woo!
Coming to you all the way from the real vacation capital of the world, none other than Health